Bun, mulțumesc celor care s-au conectat pentru prezență. Numele meu este Mihai Pelinari, reprezint compania Multipoint. Suntem distribuitori de securitate cibernetică și parteneri HCL BigFix. Alături de noi îl avem pe Vladimir, ce reprezintă compania HCL BigFix. El va fi cel care ne va ajuta să înțelegem mai bine cum putem gestiona și securiza dispozitivele noastre, cum HCL BigFix oferă vizibilitate, control și capacitate de automatizare în timp real pentru gestionarea securității și al dispozitivelor de tip endpoint. Alături de noi îl avem și pe domnul Cristian Dracu, un client existent BigFix de o perioadă destul de lungă de timp, care ne va ajuta să înțelegem valoarea pe care i-a adus-o companiei. Voi începe cu un scurt video de prezentare, iar ulterior Vladimir va prelua microfonul.
Welcome to the industry's leading endpoint management platform with thousands of customers in more than 100 countries, securing over 100 million endpoints across all industries and company sizes. HCL BigFix is the only unified endpoint management platform that enables IT operations and security teams to fully automate discovery, inventory, management and remediation, whether on-premise, virtual or cloud, regardless of operating system, location or connectivity. Unlike management systems that commonly come packaged with endpoint operating systems licenses, the BigFix continuous compliance technology provides near real-time detection, reporting and management of security misconfigurations and patch status, even if the device is offline. In fact, BigFix is the only endpoint management platform that continually heals endpoints that have been taken out of a compliant state by the end user or other means. Due to BigFix's unique approach, customers regularly achieve patch success rates in excess of 98%. With a zero-touch enrollment, view a comprehensive software asset inventory for license reconciliation or compliance purposes. Deliver cost-effective operational control and visibility to your software delivery and installation process. Continuously monitor and apply terminal security settings to ensure compliance with regulatory or organizational security policies. To collect, correlate, analyze and report data from across the organization, BigFix Insights continuously provides executives an elevated picture of enterprise compliance and risk trends to enable effective business decision-making and process automation. Unlike complex tools that cover a limited portion of your endpoints and take days or weeks to remediate, BigFix can find and fix endpoints faster than any other solution, all while enabling secure work-from-home solution, IT management tools consolidation, faster remediation of vulnerabilities, more effective software usage and license analysis, find and fix all endpoints fast. HCL BigFix.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for finding time to connect today. Hope you get the idea of what this product is about, what the product can do for you. My name is Vladimir Sredal, and HCL Software. I am responsible for BigFix sales in Central Eastern Europe, 25 countries altogether. You know that the territory is big. Romania for us is a very interesting market where we believe we can help our customers to find their endpoints, secure the endpoints, and streamline processes, reduce operational costs, and do so much more with your infrastructure. And when we talk about endpoints, you can barely find a company in today's world that is not using endpoints for work, right? And that is starting from mobile phones down to laptops, personal computers, workstations, and servers. Let me just make sure you guys hear me well, right?
Yeah, everybody can hear. However, the attendees, they're not able to speak.
Fantastic. I mean, we want them to speak, right? But we'll open up at the end, or you can just write your questions in chat, and we will address them right away. We don't want to make this a monologue discussion. That's why we have invited one of the BigFix customers who has been using BigFix for years, Christian Rachu, who will share some of the experience that he has with BigFix and his company has with BigFix for years now. So it's not just a vendor or a partner perspective, but the first-hand experience of somebody from your market who has worked with BigFix in the past. A few words about the company. For many of you, HCL Software is a new player, is a different animal, let's say, on IT market. In fact, is HCL Tech is one of the largest organizations in the world in IT industry with 250,000 employees worldwide, where HCL Software is a division of the company that is dedicated to software sales, installation, and development, targeting IT operations and IT security. And if you are struggling to connect to HCL Software, try to think of IBM, because IBM is the company that HCL Software has purchased BigFix from, as well as other IT solutions such as Domino, AppScan, Unica, DevOps Technology, Portal, and many others. So this is where the solution comes from. It's from IBM Security Division. Danny, I see we have some questions, right?
I'm on it. Let me see one moment.
There is no question. The thing is that the chat is disabled, and over there in the Q&A section, somebody told that they can hear us.
Okay.
Right.
Yep, very well, very well. Well, just let me know if questions appear, then please let me know. Perfect. Thank you so much. Well, before we talk about the product, I just want to touch real quick why we are discussing security component and why it is important, and maybe just share some statistics, some numbers here with you, where we know that the number of devices is growing every year. And
I actually do have a question, Vladimir, on this part. It's like, how come HCL BigFix it's different than the other solutions? Like, what are the key differentiators? Like,
sure. That's a good question. That's a very good question, and it's a very legit question from customer to ask, because we are making choices on daily basis, right? Regarding whatever we purchase, or whatever we consider, you are choosing from so many other things. So yes, there are other solutions on the market that deal with endpoint management, with IT operations, software distribution, and etc. Where BigFix is unique is the approach, the infrastructure. It's a very secure solution comparing to other large players. For example, Microsoft enters your environment through 4 different ports, and BigFix only needs 1. So that is a secure aspect of the infrastructure, of the solution architecture. And for some companies, it is important, especially we talk about public sector with regulations, GDPR, security, checkboxes. When we talk about the military sector, when we talk about financial sector, this architecture component is very important. The second unique feature of BigFix is that it works with every operational system available on the market. So it's not just managing Windows environment or IX, Linux, and etc. BigFix does not discriminate. It works with all operational systems that you will find in your environment. Also, licensing is extremely flexible. You can have user license, where with one license you can cover up to 5 different devices, starting from mobile phones, tablets, iPads, your MacBook, your laptop, your personal computer, and etc. You can have licensing per device. Also, you can choose the installation model. You can have it on premise, or you can have it in the cloud. So these are unique features where BigFix addresses.
Can be hybrid as well.
Yes, you can combine. Yeah. So this is it's flexibility. It's ability to work with all operational systems that customer may have. You don't need any third-party solutions when you install BigFix in your environment. Okay, you manage everything that you will have. And again, starting from mobile phones to heavy servers and data centers.
Okay. Can HCL integrate with other devices or other IT security devices?
That is a good question. The answer is yes. That makes sense for customers to integrate. For example, with CM is a popular solution, right? And we can name Curator, we can name Splunk, we can name ArcSight, etc., etc. With many of those, we have out-of-the-box integration, especially with Curator and Splunk, meaning that you, as an admin, you in your Curator console or Splunk console, you will see devices that are enrolled with BigFix. The other very important integration is integration with scanners, network scanners like Qualys, Tenable, NASA's Rapid7, for example. And that is a very powerful integration that makes your life easier, because when you scan vulnerabilities, right, you get a CSV file that your IT team has to work with. Okay, and sometimes it takes ages, and you don't know which vulnerability is exploited right now, which one of them is dangerous right now, which is risky, especially if you work with personal data, which we all do. With BigFix, once your scanner produces the list of vulnerabilities that are found in your system, you transfer that list to BigFix inside vulnerability engine, and BigFix will automatically deploy available fixlets and patches, and will show you graphically on the screen which vulnerability is the most dangerous right now. Actually, Mikhail, thanks for the question. Let me ask Christian here. Christian, do you use integration with a scanner in your environment?
Yeah. So we use it with an older version of the scanner, and we plan by the end of the year to change to Tenable and integrate with what the scanner says, because it's essential for us to use the power, let's say, concentrated in one point. I wanted to say that this is the key advantage of BigFix. When you have low resources in the IT department, you need a central point. You need a central point where to focus and have the right scaling of your work. Because otherwise, if you look at a scanner, it will say, I don't know, 100 vulnerabilities, but you don't know which is the most important. And you need to focus on the most important, because you don't have right away 100 network admins to work on it.
Exactly. That. Thank you so much. That is actually the key point when customers are asking me, okay, what is the main feature of BigFix? And I say that the main feature is automation. When you don't have time and you don't have people on a daily basis to worry about, processing vulnerabilities and fixing things, where this is why you buy a solution that does this work for you. One of the customers, and let me take you a little bit on the sidetrack here. One of the customers that I had a discussion with gave me an interesting example. He said, okay, Vladimir, you're offering me a BigFix that I will purchase and it will do some things for me, right? I'm like, yes. And he said, okay, for example, it starts to snow on the streets heavily, right? So you have two options. You get 10 people outside, you give them shovels, and they do the job, right? Or you buy a tractor that will automatically, the plow that will automatically, clean the streets, right? That's what his comparison was like. Yes. Question is, how often does it snow? This is first. And second, what if it snows on the roof of your building heavily, not on the streets? And we know that snow falls everywhere. Okay, so if it snows on your roof and you don't clean it up immediately, your whole house can collapse. So when you think of a solution, or when you think of automating your processes of fighting vulnerabilities, of fighting cyber attacks, think of the snow that can come anytime and that can come heavily. And it is good to be protected. It is good to have the mechanism in place that can fix it in minutes.
Okay, sounds actually quite impressive, but actually the title of our today's webinar is how we can save some costs with BigFix. So I was wondering if you can be more specific on this topic, on how we can save some additional costs.
Sure. That is a good question, and let me jump few slides here, maybe, because we're having a discussion that we're addressing as we speak. And let me just put the functionality slide on the screen, and this will help me to explain how we can save costs for our customers here. So, ladies and gents, if you look at the screen here, these are major BigFix modules with description of functionality. And if you look at the BigFix inventory, this is exactly component that you can tell the difference financially. For example, when you install BigFix inventory, you get full visibility of what is installed on your devices, what software, which version, how is it used, or how is it not used. Let's say you purchase 1,000 licenses from IBM, from SAP, from Oracle, it doesn't matter. Any top vendor that wants you to be licensed properly, right? Doing the licensing auditing. So when you install the software, after a year, the vendor will send you an invoice for technical support to extend your support and subscription for the next year or 2 or 3 years. And when you receive an invoice for 1,000 licenses, right? You start working with the budget, you see how much you can afford it, et cetera, et cetera. When you have BigFix inventory, in minutes, in seconds, you will get a full report how this software is used. And it will show you, for example, that Mihai has opened that application last time, 6 months ago or 7 months ago, at exact date, at exact time, meaning that Mihai is not using this software. And when you print this report and you show this report to the vendor, all top vendors recognize BigFix reports.
So what kind of reporting and analytic does HCL offer?
Very, very detailed, showing you exactly what version are you on, okay? And then your technical team will tell you, do you really need to be on that version, okay?
Okay.
Maybe the functionality that you need to work effectively is absolutely enough on the current version, so you don't need to upgrade, okay? If you don't need to upgrade, you don't need to slow down your processor, the CPU of your processor, right?
Can provide real-time visibility.
Yes.
Over it. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. That's a great question. Yes, absolutely. Real-time visibility. Ladies and gents, to simplify, using BigFix, you install an agent. You can install an agent on the device, and an agent sees everything that is located on that device and how this device is used, including full visibility of how are you licensed, over licensed, under licensed, and this is where you save money, because if you don't need to renew 1,000 licenses, okay, of your purchase, you only renew what you need, and you do this exercise with every software that you have installed, and you multiply it by number of years. This is where you really save money. So this is one of the, Mihai, back to your question, how BigFix helps to save money. This is one of the, it's just one of the components. Also, when you talk about saving money, it's the efficiency of and functionality used, provided by BigFix. Because if we go back again a couple of slides here, there are different tasks that companies face, right? Remediate long-term, the time that takes to remediate is sometimes very, very long. Okay, if you don't have integration with a scanner, if you do it manually. Also, a very important pain point is number of tools, number of instruments and software installed, because sometimes I have a feeling that buying software is a national sport. A new manager comes, okay, let's purchase this, let's look at this, I like this solution. And you as admin, you end up working with so many different tools that overlap, right? Their functionality is similar, and sometimes your systems are slow, and you don't know why your network is running slow. And the answer is very simple. Many of those tools, many of those softwares, they are written in different programming languages. They do not integrate. So you have a fight on your backyard, and your processor is slow, because those solutions, they fight for processor capacity. I'll tell you from our example, in HCL software, we have replaced 6 different solutions with BigFix. I mean, think about it. In today's world, where you count every dollar, every penny, this is how you save money. And I talk to customers sometimes, how do you do software distribution? And they say, well, we have this tool that covers, software distribution. I'm like, okay, great. It's a good solution, respectfully. How do you do remote access? Oh, we have TeamViewer, or we use, PC Anywhere, we connect, etc., etc. Okay, excellent. And then you start asking questions, how operations are done, and customer tells you that, yeah, we have it covered. And my only question is, so you are using 5 different tools to do something that you can do with BigFix with 1.
So basically, with HCL, you can handle patch management and software distribution as well.
Absolutely. That is
okay.
That is the whole point, that you can have many tools, right, doing different tasks or you can consolidate and have one platform that will manage all your endpoints and will do, I mean, if you just look at the screen, right? What solutions on the left are doing together, we can do with one BigFix console.
Okay.
If you talk to admins, I ask them usually, okay, how many monitors do you turn on when you come to work? And the average number is 4. From 3 to 4 to 5. What we offer is to consolidate and use one single platform and integrate it with your scanner and integrate it with your CM solution and have full visibility in one entry point.
Now, this is getting me to my next question. Sorry to ask you so many things, but basically right now, as I see, it's IT security and IT operations. So BigFix is in which part, in which direction, IT operations or IT security?
It's a great question. I'll tell you, I get this question every day. The cool thing about BigFix that it connects IT and IT operations, because both departments, they will find important aspects in BigFix, in the way BigFix operates. For IT operations, it will simplify their lives so much. Okay, this whole distribution of software, enrolling people, enabling people, getting people on board fast. I always give my example. I am based in Bratislava, Slovakia. I am employed in Prague, in Czech Republic. I have never seen an IT guy from our company. Okay, my MacBook came by mail. I opened it and BigFix rolled out everything that I need and maintains everything that I need for the last 2 years. Okay, and the company is happy because it's secure, it's protected, no need for IT interaction whatsoever. Also for security teams, the way the architecture of BigFix, and maybe it's very important here to say that BigFix has been on the market for the last 26 years. BigFix is managing endpoints all over the world since 1997. The solution went through all the development stages, adjusting to what the market dictates, and this is why both IT and IT security, they get their answers with BigFix. But I don't want to be the only one talking. Christian, maybe if we can come back to you for a moment here and ask how did you benefit? How did your company benefit from using BigFix for all those years? What were the milestones for you?
So initially we purchased BigFix because we had IT infrastructure that is pretty diverse. So we had various types of operating systems. We have various types of, let's say, infrastructure. So we have on-premise, we have some virtualization made in-house using VMware. We use some cloud services. As I said, the key point was we were searching for a tool to tackle this problem. We were few in the IT department, and we need to solve it. Once the number of services that we delivered increased, the problem increased also. So we started to use BigFix initially to tackle this problem. It's a nightmare to have patches all over your system, all over various operating systems, and so on. But once the company developed and we adopt, like everybody, the remote work system, we had new problems. And again, BigFix solved them because, as you said, We don't need to have here in the company somebody in order to solve these security issues. We don't need to have a direct contact with the users, and the single thing that we need to do is just to take care that we are focused on the right problems. Just to mention on the operating systems, we have various operating systems. So starting from IBM AX, Linux on various flavors, Windows, Mac, and so on. And in current days, there are also the mobile devices to tackle with. But we also implementing some automated tasks in order to take care about the application servers, where we can patch them in a elegant manner, in way to do not have let's say issues with them, and so on. Also, the part with the security vulnerabilities was a crisis for us, because when we made the first scans in the network, we've seen pages of vulnerabilities. In order to solve, as I said, with a little IT team, you need to focus. So when we started to focus on the right problems, we saw also the list that it was become shorter and shorter. Right now, and also I need to point this, we as a service provider for the financial market, we need to have two key elements. First of all, we need to be available. Everybody knows that when you ask for credit, you need your bank to answer quickly in these days. One of the key elements is the service that we provide, is the credit report. Second, you need to take care of the data. It's sensitive data. You have a tight regulation. We speak about the personal data, and also and this needs to be organized and documented very, very well. Anytime when you need to have something in a centralized point, you need to use BigFix. Another good example, speaking of licensing, it's a very good tool on solving this issue. Just taking consideration that in time, changing hardware or processing capacity, you may go outside your licensing. When you have a licensing that is using your processing capacity in various ways, you need to be compliant. You don't buy software to, as you said, to buy software, because you need to be there and have the right things. One good example is the integration with the IBM licensing mentoring tool, which gives you a centralized view of what you have purchased from IBM. And it's a key element more when you use the subcapacity licensing. It's very, very important to be compliant. Just think that you have various services and you do not have enough time to take care of everything. Having everything in BigFix and having the reports makes you compliant from this point of view, and avoids some, let's say, unpleasant situations with the software vendors. The same situation is with the other software vendors. If you configure right the BigFix, you can have the right image every time, and you can control the environment. Otherwise, I just can say that it's pretty easy to get out of control. Mainly, when I said, when you have a very small IT team, and you need to focus on the right problems. Otherwise, as I said, you may do your job very well, but you never look at the right problem.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Ladies and gents, yes, to sum it up, you with BigFix, you tick many boxes. You cover many open issues with one solution. You automate your processes. You start using less tools, means that you save money. Because when you look at the left side of the screen, for every solution you purchase, you need to pay for licensing, you need to pay for software support, but you also need to train your people, you need to get certifications, and all of this piles up. And when, of course, when you renew your subscriptions, you have different contracts, so it's also work for your accounting team, not just your IT team. So I say that less is more, and you can consolidate and happily manage your environment with from one source. Okay. Danny, do we have any questions in the room, in the team?
So far, nothing.
This is just a list of companies that, as I said, BigFix operates worldwide. Over 100 million devices is managed by BigFix globally, and then this number is growing. Gartner sees BigFix as the most user-friendly solution for endpoint management on the market, and that is also very important when you introduce a new solution to your IT teams, and instead of pushback that they have to learn new things, that they actually like using BigFix because it's intuitive. And as a vendor, we train BigFix users for free. Our trainings are free of charge, and you get certifications, which is a good thing to put on the wall as well, where it's a recognized solution. Also, when you look at the screen, we're certified. We're with NIST 2, ISO certifications. There's a special portal called BigFix Trust Center. That if you Google it, you will see all the certifications and documentation of security
Compliances.
Exactly. So I wanted to share something new. It's also good that BigFix is developing. As said, it's been on the market for 26 years, and it's amazing how the solution develops. For the last 2 years. We've added new modules. We've added BigFix Mobile, and what we have recently added to our portfolio is BigFix Workspace Self-Service Console. And I think, Christian, this is a new for you as well, because we've just released this new module where we moved also in the area of user licensing, not just per device licensing, but you can purchase a user license that covers up to 5 different devices. So this module, BigFix Workspace, it includes BigFix Lifecycle, and it includes BigFix Mobile. So if you have people that are using more than 2 devices, it already makes sense financially to have a user license. And when you deal with vulnerabilities, for example, and you have 3, 4, 5 devices, you deal with vulnerabilities at all 5 devices at the same time. You apply the fixlets, you apply the patches, and that's, again, that saves time. It saves times, and on cherry on top, as they say, is this self-service console, where you have your own cabinet, where as a user you can log into the portal, and this is the view that you will see for your devices, that gives you a brief information of their status, what's going on there, what needs to be fixed. And again, I like it when you said that when you have limited IT resources, a very small IT department, meaning 1.5 person, right, or half the person, this is a very powerful tool to have where your users are able to deal with the basic stuff themselves. So
yeah,
again,
it's a key element. I have to say that also it saves your work when you are dealing with a problem that maybe everybody in the IT departments were dealing with in the past year or maybe two. You have also a huge problem with the personnel. You have people coming, people getting out, but if you have a common ground to speak with, then it's a cost saving, because if you have the people understanding the tool, you don't have to go to be, let's say, specific till a person. With BigFix, you can solve complicated problems on patching, even when the person is still learning. Let's take the difference, because let's say you have a network admin that is very good on Linux, but it doesn't know a thing about Unix or things like this. It just uses BigFix. It made its work on patching, on everything, on detecting vulnerabilities, on everything, but he still learns the system, but he is able to do his job. And this is very important.
Absolutely, absolutely. So basically, when you install BigFix, and from day one, the user, while still acquiring the knowledge, is already capable of using the system, and the system is intelligent enough to do the job, to protect you. I mean, when you think of patching, it's like you think of your, you're protecting your castle, you're protecting your house, you're protecting your everything, right? If you don't close the windows, right, infection gets inside, right? When you shut it down and you seal it and you clean it inside, then you're fine. Then you're in daily operational mode, and you don't need to worry about those things. And I hate to say, but the number of vulnerabilities every week, every month, there's something new, where you want to have a partner with experience of 26 years of experience in the industry, guarding your house. Let me get on a sidetrack here a little bit. You probably remember the fairy tale with 3 little piglets when they start building their houses, right? The hay house, the wooden house, and then the stone house, right? So a customer that is using BigFix is the piglet that builds the stone house and hires a hunter with a rifle to walk around that house. That would be my simple comparison to BigFix for IT and IT security. Christian, thank you so much for finding time to connect. Really appreciate your hands-on experience and ability to share this. We will keep this recording, and with your permission, if customers ask for it, we can share this with participants that were in the call today. Mihai, Danny, do we have any questions in the room?
No questions in the Q&A question. I don't know, I guess that the set of questions that I had cover, let's say, a set of questions for a normal user that will ask, and maybe that's why.
Super. Well, then again, I want to thank everybody who found time to participate. Christian, thank you again. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure talking. I have to say it was a pleasure meeting you, and it's always a pleasure talking. I really appreciate that you found time. Summer's here. I think kids are done with school, so we're all busy making vacation plans, and I want to finish the webinar at the time with wishing everybody some quality time off with your significant ones. And BigFix is here for you. BigFix is here to actually give you that time so you don't have to worry about your IT operations or IT security, and you can spend more time doing things that you like.
That was a great sense right there. Thank you so much, Vladimir and Christian and Mihai. Thank you for all the attendees for participating in this. And we'll have more content in the future.